Federal Executive Council approves procurement and debt servicing processes.
It's a collaboration between the federal, the states, and the local governments, prioritizing productivity-enhancing investments.
Federal government pledges support for inclusive steel industry development.
The project is in partnership with NNPC Limited and private sector stakeholders.
Court discharges female air passenger Comfort Manson after prosecution withdraws charges.
And on Good Morning Nigeria today, we shall focus on giant strides of President Tinubu's administration, plus localizing youth action for sustainable development goals.
So, President Bola Tinubu's administration marked its second anniversary on May 29 this year, right?
Yes, exactly.
And like any milestone, it is a time for taking stock of what's been achieved, what's still in motion, and what lies ahead.
Indeed, Victor, and since taking office in May 2023, the administration, under the Renewed Hope agenda, has pushed through a range of reforms, touching on the economy, security, infrastructure, and social investments. Now, these are all aimed at lifting the nation to new heights.
And among the headline strides are economic reforms, new infrastructure projects, improved security landscapes, and programs in education and healthcare.
And the figures are telling. Real GDP growth and more than 6 trillion naira generated in revenue in just the first quarter of this year.
Now, security has also seen gains, with several areas once troubled by banditry said to be returning to government control. So, what exactly are the giant strides of the Tinubu administration? We'll walk you through the achievements, the performances, and even the challenges as the program unfolds. I am Victor Azu. Thank you so very much for starting your day with us on Good Morning Nigeria.
And in the second part of the program, we turn the spotlight on local youth action for the Sustainable Development Goals. And I join Victor in welcoming you to Good Morning Nigeria. Today, I am Jumma Yusuf. We are reaching you live on the network service of the NTA. And still to come, the newspaper review with Chukudi Okolugbaja. But before that happens, let's catch up on today's top stories with the birthday girl, Mina Daniels. Good morning, Mina. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Jumay and Victor. Thank you so much. Good morning. Here's the morning news. President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Professor Clement Dakas as the new chairman for the Nigerian Law Reform Commission. President Tinubu led a short ceremony before the commencement of the Federal Executive Council FEC meeting. The president also swore in Uchenna Eugene as commissioner in the same commission. Minute silence in honor of a two-time member, Audugbe, who passed away last week.
We will work with the National Assembly at this initial stage in the context of the ongoing constitutional review exercise. And we will also be deliberate about identifying and proposing for reform some of the very obsolete laws that we have. It will interest you to know that quite a number of our laws date back to colonial era.
The Federal Executive Council has commenced processes towards fast-tracking improvement in power supply situation across the country with approvals on procurement and debt servicing processes. This was one of the major decisions at the Council's meeting.
And that collaboration is going to be key in the ward-based initiative across 8,809 wards to provide, in all the 774 local governments, to provide funding, support, and facilitation to thousands of economically active individuals at the grassroots in each ward. And this is a way of addressing poverty, and ensuring, as Mr. President has promised, that no Nigerian will be left behind. So it's a collaboration between the federal, the states, and the local governments, prioritizing productivity-enhancing investments.
The Federal Executive Council has directed that all procurement processes under the 2024 appropriation should be concluded by September 2025. This is one of the directives following the presentation of the Director General of the Bureau of Public Procurement, BPP Adebowale Adedokun, to the Council. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris announced a 6-point directive on public procurement at the briefing of the FEC meeting.
The availability of funds to avoid unnecessary liabilities. The second one is that ministers are requested to forward to the BPP a comprehensive list of projects that have been awarded under their ministries and their parastatals for the 2024-2025 fiscal years for analysis and transmittal to the President's office. The third one is that ministries, departments, and agencies should give preference to made in Nigeria goods. Now, recall that the Federal Executive Council had earlier approved the Nigeria First policy, where a directive has been given to MDS to prioritize only made in Nigeria products unless and until there are situations where this, of course, is not possible.
President Bola Tinubu will depart Abuja today, Thursday, August 14th, for a two-nation trip to Japan and Brazil. The president will stop over in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, before proceeding to Japan. In Japan, President Tinubu will attend the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development in the city of Yokohama with the theme, Co-Create Innovative Solutions with Africa, TICAD 9. Will focus on Africa's economic transformation and improvements in the business environment and institutions through private investment and innovation. While in Brazil, President Tinubu will hold a bilateral meeting with his host and attend the business forum with Brazilian investors. The federal government is providing a strategic platform for inclusive dialogue in the development of the steel industry in Nigeria. Vice President Kassim Shettima gave the assurance at the 2025 National Steel Summit in Abuja.
Technical and financial audit of Ajaokuta, approved by the Bureau of Public Procurement, is currently ongoing. It will inform our next steps and shape investor selection. Our journey is not limited to old dreams. We are building new pillars. We have launched the construction of 5 mini LNG plants in Ajaokuta. These are valued at over $500 million. The project is in partnership with NNPC Limited and private sector stakeholders.
The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, announces decisive resolutions on the recent incidents involving Ms. Comfort Emerson and music icon Wasiu Ayinde Marshall, popularly known as Kwam One. In a statement through his special assistant on media, Tunde Moshood, the minister conferred with Ibom Airline to withdraw its criminal complaint against Comfort Emerson and to be released from Kirikiri Correctional Facility. The minister also conferred with the Airline Operators of Nigeria, AON, to lift the lifetime flying ban imposed on Ms. Emerson. On the issue of Kwam One, the NCAA will reduce its flight ban to 1 month, and FAN will collaborate with him as a public ambassador for proper airport security protocol awareness. This decision marks a new era of stricter enforcement of aviation safety and security regulations, he added. An Ikeja Magistrate Court has struck out the charges against Ms. Comfort Emerson, the passenger accused of unruly behavior and assault on board Ibom Air aircraft flying Uyo en route Lagos on Sunday. Magistrate Olariwaju Salami discharged Emerson following the withdrawal of the 5 charges preferred against her by the police. The police prosecutor, Inspector Oluwabomi Edeita, informed the court that there were new developments that necessitated the withdrawal of the case. Edeita informed the court that they have an application from the Commissioner of Police, Lagos Airport Command, to withdraw the charge. Consequently, Magistrate Salami struck out the 5-count charges and discharged the defendant. And that's the news. Good Morning Nigeria continues with Victor and Jumei after the break.